All right, here we go. Today we have the queen of dancehall, Spice, who just dropped her new album, Mirror 25.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you.
Love the album, by the way.
Oh, you do?
I do. I've listened to it all day.
Oh, wow.
All day, all day.
Thank you.
My favorite song is Come Out.
No,
That's my favorite song.
You're just teasing me.
No, that's the song I listen to over and over because it kind of reminds me of like a 90s dancehall vibe, which is my favorite era. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's my favorite song. That's my favorite song.
I think I'm shocked. I'm speechless. Like I wasn't expecting.
No, I know there's more popular songs on there.
If you love like the old school dancehall, I can get why. Because it has that sound.
Yeah, like the rhythm on that was like the way you ride it. I was like, yeah, okay.
Old school dancehall.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
That.
Come on, it's all right. That's a good one. It's my first time hearing that one. People have other picks, but I guess you actually are one of the authentic old school dancehall lovers.
I am. Actually, my DJ career started with me DJing for Barrington Levy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you know what go on then?
A little bit.
All right.
Bit. It's your first time here, so I want to start at the very beginning. So you grew up in Portmore, Jamaica.
Yes.
And you had 5 siblings.
Yep.
Who all slept in the same bed at one point.
Uh-huh.
So what was that like growing up like that?
Definitely humble beginnings. I remember we used to sleep head, tail, just so we can fit on the bed sideways. My mom and dad, you know, Old Britain, Portmore, we used to live in our little blue board house. I remember it like yesterday, and it was just that one room for all of us. So, I feel like it inspires me as well because, you know, my humble beginnings make me want to do better, set a better life. It gave me a lot of dreams and inspiration and aspiration. So I just feel like my past has a lot to do with where I'm at right now. So I'm grateful for where I'm coming from.
Well, sometimes you said you didn't even have food growing up.
Yes.
What was that like for a little kid to go to sleep hungry?
I don't think I even want to think about or even remembering it. Yeah. There was so many pain sometime, just kind of remembering wanting something, I can't have it. It was a lot of pain. I rate my mom though, because she used to go above and beyond to provide for us, regardless of what. She's always a hard worker. And so I really give her a lot of props because I remember she really kind of giving us something out of nothing. I don't know how she did it or how she provided, but I remember times when I don't even know where she got a pound of rice to cook and make it share for so much of us. So, it's not things that I want to remember because it's like as a child, I can't imagine in a child just wanting as little as food and can't have it.
Well, you started out singing at 6 years old.
Yes.
And you first started in the church. Mm-hmm. And your mom wanted you to be a gospel singer.
Yes.
Didn't quite work out that way.
You're reading an old bio. You're reading a deep old bio, I see. Right. Like you're going from the start, from the nitty-gritty.
Exactly.
So for me, I used to go to church. We had to go to Sunday school. That is a must. My father, even though he was a Rasta, we always had to go to church every Sunday. So I used to go to Sunday school and I used to sing. But funny enough, music for me started in my house with Professor Nuts because my father used to love Bob Marley and Professor Nuts. Mm-hmm. And so he used to say, anybody who can sing the Professor Nuts, I get extra dumpling. I used to love dumplings. So, you know, I used to, I remember days when I used to sing and recite Professor Nuts' lyrics. And that's why even in the intro to my new album, Mirror 25, Professor Nuts is the one who started it because that's where my career started. Uh-huh. That's where I fell in love with music and that's where I started to DJ from Professor Nuts. So it's a whole history when it comes down to how I fell in love with music.
Well, you're already living a hard life. And then at 9 years old, your dad passes away.
Yep.
And then your house burns down?
Yes.
So it's a series of really
It's a series of hardship and traumatic. And also, for me, I tell everyone I named this album Mirror 25 because I'm celebrating 25 years. And when I said mirror, it's the things that when you look in the mirror, you're literally mirroring the 25 years and all the pain and the hardship that you've managed to overcome. So my father was the one who pushed me to music. And then I was excited as a child, singing, reciting the lyrics. And then he died when I was so young and I didn't even understand death. At the time, I was only 9 years old. I just remember them saying, oh, your father died. And I'm like, what? That means I'll never see him again. And so when he died, because he used to push so much into me that you're a star, you're a singer, you're going to be this person, I continued to pursue that dream and always had it in the back of my head that I'm going to be a singer. So I kept on singing. Eventually, I moved to England because my grandfather wanted to help me, help my mom with one of the kids because, you know, my father died and she was struggling with all of us in Jamaica. So he was like, let me help you. I want to send for Grace, give her a different opportunity. I went to England. It wasn't what I was hoping for. So I cried and said, I want to go back to Jamaica. I want to go help my mom. I have to go back home. And so when I went back home, my mom at the time was living in Spanish Town in Windsor Road. And I was going to the St. Catherine High School and I came home and the house was gone. I lost the house to fire. And so that's why my slogan is from homeless to greatness. Because, you know, that fire took literally everything from us, so we had to start over from scratch. I remember bouncing around, sleeping with friends and sleeping with my godmother in Newland, you know, bouncing around from different houses just to kind of, you know, navigate through the waters, the rough waters that was happening in my life. So I've been through a lot of hardship, a lot of pain. And that's why I feel like I'm kind of celebrating a success right now because I've been through a lot.
Well, as a teenager, you started to perform.
Yes.
And then the big break came when you performed a Sting?
Yes.
Which is a
You
big
have
stage.
everything.
I know everything. I mean, that's a big stage.
It is.
That's one of the biggest stages.
Yes.
At that point, did you feel like, okay, this is now serious. I can
Yes.
turn this into a real career?
That's what made me feel like, that night, well, Spice was born before Sting because of Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer was the first one who gave me a microphone.
Aha.
When I was DJing in Brayton, in my own community. That was my very first stage show. So when I tested out that stage show with Bounty Killer, it turned into a clash. The Bounty, literally, we were clashing with Power Man, Baby Wayne, and I forgot who else was on the stage, but it was literally a battle. Like, my first stage show was a clash battle with the top man them in a dance hall. That's how it started for me. So at that night, Spice was born. I realized I could do it because, come on, that was like a big moment. And so I started to recite lyrics. And that's how I met someone and they told Evie Junior Fraser that, yo, this little girl, she talented, she bad. And he gave me the opportunity to perform and sing. And then when I go and sing now on the bigger stage, I realize, say, yeah, man, I mean this, I'm good. Because you probably know, but for your audience, Sting is the hardest crowd to perform for in the world.
Right.
Let's be very clear.
It's like the Apollo of Jamaica, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining now. This crowd will literally take bottles and throw at you. So you can get bottle, or you can get boo, or they will fling anything at you at a Sting audience. So they will literally run you off the stage if you're not good. So here I am as a little girl going on stage at about maybe 14, 15 years old. And just literally I ripped the stage apart at 3 a.m. in the morning, coming back to back, getting encores. So I think that night I realized from Sting 2000 that, you know, this is really what I'm going to pursue.